time once again for this week's Let's Talk Legal, made possible by Neumann van Rooyen attorneys. And today we do have Allan Lesesa with us in studio. Allan, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And today we are going to be chatting a bit more about being honest and open with your lawyer, as well as the consequences and options. So what options, Allan, are there for someone that broke the law?
Such a person can choose to conduct their own defense or engage services of a legal practitioner. If you cannot afford to hire a private attorney, you can always apply for a state-paid attorney to defend you.
Now, what is a common misconception about what lawyers can do in criminal matters?
Often than not, accused persons approach a lawyer with the hope that the lawyer will perform miracles or magic tricks to get them out of trouble. They often create a story based on lies or incomplete information, thinking that if they lie or only tell their attorney so much, then the magic will do the rest when the trial starts. And as a defense attorney, I can assure you that attorneys can't do magic tricks, but they can use the law to better serve their client's interests.
Now, why is it important for people accused of having committed crimes to be open and honest with their lawyers?
Firstly and most importantly, what you say to your lawyer is legally privileged and protected. No one else can know about it, and it can't be used against you, even in a court of law. So telling your lawyer the full truth and the correct story won't get you into trouble. Secondly, criminal law is formal. It's either you did something or not. And at times, if a client knows that they broke the law without a legally recognized defense, it saves time and money to avoid going to trial and hope for a miracle to happen. If you outright tell this to your attorney in the first consultation, they can better direct their time, attention, and resources looking at other options in law to help you instead of taking your full story to court, which always gets exposed.
Now, if a person indeed breaks the law and informs their attorney, what can the attorney then do?
Experienced attorneys can use numerous options provided for in law to properly advise the client, and such includes approaching the state prosecutor with legal representations or plea deals and sentence agreement. And these options are cost effective and save time and often bring the best result.
Now, what are representations to the state and the benefits?
An accused person can make written representation to the state. This occasionally is used in a more lesser charges that the accused person is faced with, and this basically means that the accused person writes to the prosecutor and briefly explain the side and circumstances, and on the same note attempt to persuade the state to withdraw the charges or arrange for alternative rehabilitative method outside of court. And the outcome is that the charges will not be pursued and the accused person won't have a criminal record.
Now, what is a plea deal and sentencing agreement and its benefits?
These agreements are an important part of our criminal justice system. They are agreements between an accused as well as the state, represented by the senior prosecutor, in terms of which an accused agrees to plead guilty in return of a lenient or reduced sentence. Such may be a fine of an agreed amount or a suspended sentence, or even offering yourself to be a state witness and assist the state to pursue a conviction on someone they really are after. And this is better than going to trial because you retain control of the outcome of the consequences, even though you broke the law.
Now, Allan, in conclusion, the takeaway from getting the most beneficial outcome of your criminal matter, do you have any last advice for us?
Yes. As a client, be honest with your attorney from the first consultation. Don't lie and hope for a miracle. That may result with a criminal conviction, jail time, or even a stained criminal record. Your attorney is better suited to advise you and get you out of trouble if you are open and honest. Going to trial is not always the best option. Always use a criminal defense attorney that knows their law and alternative options in law.
All right, and there we have it. Allan, as always, thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Thank you very much.
And that was this week's Let's Talk Legal, made possible by Neumann van Rooyen attorneys. Remember to check out their website at www.nvrlaw.co.za.